It's Corner House Chronicles Day. Welcome back to the Corner House Chronicles, folks. This is episode 91. I'm John.
I'm Jason.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. I had a great vacation day.
Yeah?
It was nice.
Paint the town red, did you? Something like that.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We're almost halfway through July already.
It's going by quick.
Son of a bitch. It's going to be
August
cold
is right
again
out of pocket.
fucking before we know it, you know?
At least we'll get fall, hopefully.
Right.
Give us a month and a half of fall, I'll be okay. At least for the first 3 months of winter.
Right. What if it don't come till Thanksgiving?
I wouldn't be too surprised.
Just hot as balls all through
yeah.
October.
And then it snows one day. But like, wait, you forgot something.
Right. What's going on here? All right. So the last time we were together at Grandma's for the 4th of July,
Yep.
We were talking about this thing that you found. It's movie related.
Mm-hmm.
And it had something to do with watching a movie in a particular place, like where the movie is set,
So
kind of thing.
originally on Facebook, maybe a year ago, there was this picture that came up of like a bunch of people in like a pond on inner tubes, and then there was like a drive-in movie theater size screen that was playing Jaws, and it was like, would you do this with a bunch of your friends?
I remember this, yep.
And it got me thinking, like, that would be the way to watch Jaws, right?
Floating in an
Floating
inner tube
in a water, and like you're
in
just
a lake
okay.
or something, right?
So I started thinking, like, what other movies could you do that with?
Right.
So I asked a friend of mine, and he came back with, well, one time while on a Greyhound bus, he watched the movie Speed. And I was like, man, I can respect that.
Yeah. If it was a city bus, it'd be different, obviously, but it's still, you're on a bus.
And you got enough time to actually sit and watch a full movie.
Right. And you chose Speed.
Good for you.
Right.
Like, I would like to watch Airplane on an airplane.
Okay. That's a good one.
Like, where are the perfect places and times to watch a movie specifically?
Yeah.
The best one that I can come up with, and it's quite possible,
Okay.
is since they're rebuilding, or not rebuilding, but building the Titanic 2, the exact replica of the Titanic.
Yes.
You get a ticket, right? You get on Titanic 2 and watch the Titanic movie.
I don't know, man.
How creepy would that be?
That
You're
would fuck
just
me
sitting
up.
on like the front deck
At night.
at night at the iceberg scene, and you're like, oh, motherfuckers.
What if you pause the movie when, like, the day changes in the movie, right? And
You
you wait.
follow the timeline of the movie.
Right, and then go to the next day and watch it for a little
shit.
bit, and then pause it until it gets dark because they flash through night, and then you watch the rest of it at night. That would be some trippy shit.
That would be very trippy.
And-
Would be
and
really fucked up.
Turn the volume up when they yell iceberg dead ahead.
Iceberg. Tap into the fucking PA system or something. Or if the crew was willing and cool with it, just have them set sirens off at the exact time and place where the Titanic hit.
Shooting flares and stuff.
Shit's going
Oh, my
crazy,
goodness.
freaking out the fucking passengers.
That would be a gold star prank if you could get them to agree and pull that off.
If you had enough money, that could happen. That's
Like
all
if
I'm
you
saying.
owned the Titanic.
If you rented it for,
Right.
like, rented it out, like, oh, specifically it's my group of people that are going to be on the Titanic too. We need this to happen on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Just play along.
When is that supposed to set sail?
The dates keep changing.
Yeah.
Last I heard was late 2020 or early 2021. But I'm not exactly.
They should go 2022, so it would be 110 years later.
That'd be kind of cool.
Do it in April.
Yeah.
At the same time, too. I don't know about that.
That'd be creepy. It's following the exact same route.
Which zombie movie was it where they come up from the graves?
A lot of them.
I know, but was it Night of the Living Dead?
Night of the Living Dead did it. Return of the Living Dead did it.
I think it's Night of the Living Dead is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Watch that movie in a cemetery.
That'd be creepy.
I don't know if the whole movie takes place in a cemetery, but still.
Not really. It's like a farmhouse.
That'd be fucking crazy shit. Or watch Lost, Flying to Hawaii.
Ooh. That's a
Or
lot.
Australia.
That's a lot of loss to get in on an airplane trip.
Yeah, but the first episode's the one where it crashes.
I think the stewardess might get called. I don't know. Depends on if Karen's sitting next to you.
Like, could you just imagine being on the bus, your buddy watching Speed, turn the volume all the way up so everybody on the bus hears it?
If this bus doesn't stay above 55 miles an hour, we're all gonna die.
There's a bomb on the bus. Everybody's like, what the fuck? Like in The Office when Michael Scott, it's like, the boat is sinking, everybody. And the people start jumping out the window and shit.
By the boat, I mean business and our relationship with our customers.
I'd have to think about that. I forgot about it when we talked on the 4th.
It was a while ago.
Right.
Yeah. Life is a crazy thing that happens between those
Especially
times.
in a week.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of shit took place. There's a few out there, though, I'm sure, like good movies that you could watch. Yeah. I was trying to think, like could you get away with watching, like, a sports game at a sports event? But you'd have to be in a suite or something to do that,
you know? Bring, like, a little... Maybe you could watch on your phone.
Be so loud in there.
Oh, it would.
You know?
Get earphones.
30,000.
But then you'd be that guy who's
crazy.
sitting at like the fucking Tigers game,
watching
not paying
Moneyball.
attention. Yeah. Billy Bean.
The A's are in town. What are you doing? Going to Comerica to watch Moneyball on my phone.
Watch Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas on a road trip to Las Vegas while fucked up on drugs. That'd
be cool. You probably wouldn't need the movie.
Probably not. You'd probably lose interest in the movie.
Real quick, I'm sure. I read there's a movie remake. I know how much you love movie remakes.
Some of them.
Me too, right? Jason Momoa, everybody's favorite Aquaman, is dying to remake Twins.
If you would have just stopped talking then, like, is dying. Not on to the next story.
Right. He's dying to remake the movie Twins with Peter Dinklage.
That would be amazing on so many levels. Peter Dinklage is a fucking boss.
He's a great actor.
He's a great actor.
Definitely. So it says, for years there's been rumors to a sequel to the movie Twins was in the works. Remember Twins, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito. The 1988 comedy endures as something of a bizarre relic of the 80s, but it has its fans. Among them, apparently, was Eddie Murphy, who was allegedly going to star alongside Arnold and Danny as yet another unlikely sibling in the rumored sequel, Triplets.
That would be interesting.
I think Eddie Murphy and Danny DeVito would play good against each other, but I don't know how Arnold would fit in there. You know, it'd just be kind of weird. He's just a weird actor to me, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. He's only got so many catchphrases.
Right.
But I think Danny DeVito and Eddie Murphy would be a fun little back and forth. They would have a good chemistry, I think.
So Momoa recently appeared at the Celebrity Fan Fest 2019 in San Antonio, Texas. While seated for a panel discussion, a fan in the crowd asked the star about the 1988 comedy, specifically whether Momoa would be up to remake it. And his quote, "Fucking tell me where to sign. Absolutely. That'd be amazing. I love that movie."
I'd watch it.
The full question actually concerned whether Momoa would be up to remake the movie with one of his Game of Thrones co-stars, Peter Dinklage. Momoa was equally excited by that idea, praising Dinklage and saying he'd love to work with him. The two never actually appeared together in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy, man. That'd be a good remake.
That would make some money.
Yeah. That would be cool.
That would be pretty fucking cool.
I'd like to see... I know what I was going to tell you. I just remembered.
All right.
Okay. I have an admission to make here. I still haven't watched the fight scene from They Live.
I know. I sent it. I would like to point out that while we were talking about it on the podcast, I fucking sent you the link to your phone.
And I admitted last week when Aaron was here that I still haven't watched it yet. And I feel horrible about it, and I should just watch it right now. But...
And then you voted in our poll that it wasn't in the top 5.
That was just a vote.
Yes.
I was just fucking around with that.
Because I seen the
still
vote,
won.
and I was like, oh, apparently he didn't like it. Then I talked to Aaron like 2 days later, and he was like, no, that fucker didn't even watch it. And I was like, and he voted? He's like, that's what I'm fucking saying. And especially voting against it. You're like, no, it's not one of the top fight scenes ever.
It was mainly, I think, because the yes votes already had like 8, and the no's had 2 or something. I'm like, well, I'll just try to even it out a little bit.
Yeah, and then people seen it and started voting.
It's still won.
Barely.
Okay.
Hey, moving on.
So I'm gonna watch it. I promise you that. Right now. As soon as I tell you this, we're gonna watch it. I'll turn the volume down so we can't get in any trouble. But I found a fight scene yesterday. I was just laying around the house trying to get away from the heat, and the fight scene from Roadhouse.
Ooh, which one? The end?
Yeah, where he fights the dude at the end.
Rips the dude's fucking throat out?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a pretty fucking good fight scene. Because I was watching it, that's what made me think of it. I was like, I wonder how this compares to They Live. So I sat there and I watched the whole fight scene until it was over. And so now when I watch They Live, I can at least compare those two.
A bar of, like, this is what it has to meet or exceed.
Well, I already have a bar.
Yeah.
True Romance.
Gandolfini.
And Patricia Arquette. That's a badass fight scene.
That's good.
In my opinion. Probably not as good as They Live, but...
Quick coattail to this story.
Okay.
So I was at work the other day, and my boss walks in, and he was in a good mood. Usually, he has to work like a full week, and then he gets a week off, works a full week. That's how the managers rotate there.
Okay.
And this was like ass end of his week, and usually by then, he's just like, fuck it, I don't care.
I got 7 days off.
I just want to sleep. It's like, all right. He comes in like whistling, smile on his face. I was like, man, you're in a good mood. What's up? He's like, I watched Roadhouse last night. It was on TV. I was fucking ecstatic. He's a smaller red-haired dude. He's cool. He's a mellow guy. But he was like, fuck yeah. And I was like, oh, you're a fan of Roadhouse? He's like, I fucking love Roadhouse. I was like, then why don't you just watch it on DVD? He's like, because it was on TV, and that's better when you just randomly catch it, and especially if you catch it in the beginning.
Yep.
He's like, I sat down and watched the whole thing.
Yep. Then you give up an hour and a half of your day, but you did watch it.
But he was very ecstatic. It like re-energized him for the last 2 days of his week-long jaunt.
I always liked Roadhouse.
It's a good movie.
I thought it was a great movie. That chick that's in it, the blonde, like in the original, I know she gets naked when they're out on the balcony of his little room there or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, when they get it on or whatever.
Farm. Yeah.
She was in a movie called Dallas 362 with Scott Conn.
Okay.
And a couple of other names were in it, but she shows them off there too. I don't know why I thought about that. Just because of Roadhouse and she's in it, I guess. Whatever. But that fight scene.
All right, so now we're going to pause while you watch this.
That dude's been in a lot of movies too.
Yes, he has.
The one I remember specifically is Men at Work with Charlie Sheen and
Emilio
Estevez. He's the guy that they ride along with.
I remember. We'll get back to this.
Okay.
And for those listening right now, give us a second. This is for science.
Okay. So, welcome back. I had to watch the fight scene real quick because I owed it to Jay and Aaron, for that matter.
And the listeners.
So, I'm up to speed.
All right. So, now having that and weighing it against the fight in Roadhouse.
Yeah. I think I kind of like the fight in Roadhouse better, personally, but it was a good fight scene.
Would you say it's in the top 5?
As of right this moment, yes, only because I only have 3 in my list. I mean, as I find better fight scenes,
it might change.
It could definitely drop off the list. I could see it. I would say it's probably a better fight scene than True Romance.
Okay.
I would say that. It's a little longer.
Oh, yeah.
And there weren't really too many weapons involved.
No, there was an apology after using one weapon.
Right. Whereas...
oh, dude, I'm sorry.
Right, True Romance, there's, hairspray and a lighter,
fucking
shower,
toilet sink,
the
toilet lid,
shotgun, corkscrew. There's a lot of shit in that one. But it's still a great fight scene. But I would say that's probably a little better just because it is more of a raw, It
seems realistic. Like, they start off strong and they get winded and slowed.
Yeah.
Trying to walk away, and he's like, no.
I have to believe I've seen that movie.
I would have to believe you've seen it. Growing up watching wrestling, having Roddy Piper in a movie.
Right.
I mean.
Speaking of wrestling, I saw a video of Hulk Hogan at Walmart.
Taking
pictures with people.
Yeah, I've seen that
He's
too.
like, I love Walmart. It's great, like America.
Like he's a politician. Everyone wants his picture taken. He's like, I just came here to get beer. That's fine.
Right. Hogan does his own shopping at Walmart.
Yeah.
Come on now.
While being recorded.
Right.
While you were watching
just searching for relevance.
Hey, remember me? Hulkamania's running wild at Walmart. Shopped at low prices. While you were watching that, I remembered something because you made a comment. You were like, oh, that guy's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah, that dude was in a lot of movies.
He was also in another John Carpenter movie. It. Or not It, The Thing.
The Thing.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Jumping ahead of myself here. The Thing was the catalyst to the idea about watching movies in certain locations. Because my mom sent me an article that in Antarctica, at this one research base, they, in Antarctica, half the year is sunlight, half the year is nighttime.
Right.
So when it gets into nighttime, like after the last plane leaves out, and they're stuck there for months, nobody comes in, nobody goes out. A large group started this tradition where they watched the movie The Thing. Have you seen that movie?
Again, I have to believe I've seen it at some point, but I just don't remember it.
Fair enough. So it's an Arctic research base.
Okay.
And an alien is found by the Swedish, I think, maybe. And it pretty much wipes out their camp. And the whole thing, it's a mimic. It can pretty much take over your body without people knowing.
Okay.
You just look like you, but in reality, you're one of the aliens.
Okay.
So there's like 10 guys stuck on this research base, and it comes in. First thing it does is kill all the dogs, so there's no way to like sled dog out. Then it sabotages their helicopter and starts fucking picking people off, and it's getting creepy. But he's in it.
One alien or a series of aliens?
It's one alien that tries to spread, and some of them are killed. And
okay.
Yeah. But they made a tradition where after the last plane leaves and it's complete darkness, they all huddle together and watch this movie. Pretty much, which takes place where they are, and it's a what if.
I don't know. That might be too much.
That would be freaky.
That might be too much.
Because you're in the middle of fucking nowhere. No contact with anybody.
And they do it on the first night they're alone.
Yeah.
Like, why not wait till the last night? Like, the plane's coming tomorrow. Let's watch The Thing. You know?
Oh, no.
Fuck that.
Just be creeped out the whole way.
Just for months?
Months.
You'd have to give me a shit ton more movies.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
To take my mind away from the fact that...
And you have a job there, like...
searching for penguins.
Well, that may be like a scientist version, but they still have like a warehouse to store everything, and they have people who run that warehouse and all that. They have a dentist. They have a crappy dentist. Not a full-on oral surgeon, but...
Just to go live in Antarctica for what, 6 months at a time?
Yep.
5 months at a time? Yeah.
I almost did it. I almost signed up for it.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't have dental insurance at the time, and before you can be accepted, you can't have any ailments.
Right.
No, like, cavities, no possible...
Anything,
because you were going to be isolated with minimal medical attention. So if there's an emergency and you have to be airlifted out, it's going to be hours before someone gets to you. Then that has to refuel before it can take you out.
Right. It's a long trip.
Yeah, they want to minimalize their odds of shit hitting the fan.
What were you just going to go out there and run the warehouse or something?
Yeah, I have
like,
warehouse experience.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it.
Right. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That'd be kind of neat.
We have a cousin that was going to sign up for ice road truckers.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you. I don't think so. I said shit ton just a second ago.
You did say shit ton.
I meant to say fuck ton because that's the new popular thing.
It is.
Right now on social media. We're a bunch of kids. Well, I can't even say that. I don't know how old these people are. They might not be kids. Fuck, who knows? It could be anybody.
Bunch of young adults.
Whatever. However old you people are. They're going to storm Area 51.
That's the idea floating around the internet right now.
That's the rumor.
Is they get a quote-unquote fuck ton of people and just mob up to Area 51 and just try to walk inside. I don't know if there's been details of like an itinerary, like everyone shows up at 8. We have breakfast. Right, have the morning meeting, and then at 12:01 we just knock those gates down.
Okay, what? Isn't this like the ultimate LARP experience?
I would say it's a flash mob. I mean, they're setting up a date and time for a group of people to show up to do a thing, and I thought that's
right.
What a flash mob is.
Flash mob is like more of a private thing. Like only the people in the flash mob know about it. This group of people is putting out like public notice on the internet.
They didn't say there's going to be punch and cake. So
No.
I don't know if they're going to get all the people they think they're going to get.
I don't think they've picked an actual date yet either.
At
At least not public. They just said
September 21st. I can look up. I've seen a few that had a date. Like
that's a Saturday.
It was like.
Why would you pick Saturday?
It was like a guy sitting down smiling, and another guy behind him like swinging something. And the guy swinging something was just like a fuck ton of people. The guy sitting there smiling was Area 51. And then the object he was swinging was like September 21st, 2019. It's like, okay.
Of all the places, why would you pick the fucking internet to broadcast what you're doing?
I don't have a solid answer other than it is the...
I mean, it's the easiest way
the
to,
means
to
of communication
get it out.
right now.
But like...
But it's not like everyone can't see it, or only certain people can see it.
Or
so
not everybody. I mean, we've heard of it.
Government
Even if you
officials
didn't,
look at it and go, Area 51, huh?
right.
September 21st.
We'll be ready on the 14th.
And especially you're
We're
like,
ready
hey,
today.
Let's go to a place that has a death line. A line in which you cross
Right.
deadly
you're
force
subject to
is
deadly force.
perfectly okay.
Right.
On one side of that line.
Right.
And you want to cross it. And it's not like it's 4 feet away from the gate. It's like a half mile.
Yeah.
Or in certain areas. I don't know about if it's the same distance all the way around.
This is puzzling to me.
It'll thin the herd if it happens, and I'm okay with that because people against people.
Right. That's part of the equation. The other part is that like people might actually be dumb enough to do this.
Oh, there's going to be people showing up and taking like Facebook Live. They're not going to do anything.
Like it's just going to end up like
walk up
a rave
close,
out in the middle of the
much.
desert, right?
Again, they're going to meet up, have breakfast. It's going to be like camping. It may turn into like a
festival,
yeah.
Right? It will. Somebody will show
DJ
up.
will come up.
A
My
DJ.
name's DJ Thunder. The
DJ,
nighttime would be the best time.
It'll be DJ extraterrestrial on the ones and twos, right?
Now think about this. All right, nighttime in the desert next to Area 51. Somebody is a DJ. There's a little light show going on.
Lights are going off. There's
all
glow
these
sticks
lasers,
everywhere.
and then
Fog
just
machines.
like everything stops, and the DJ's like, "I didn't bring any lasers."
Bodies start hitting the floor. Thump, thump, thump.
Bop, 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 bop. You crossed the line, Tiffany.
Okay,
All right.
there's the Skinwalker Ranch
Yeah.
is on Area 51's property, correct?
I don't believe so.
No,
I
it's a
think
different
in
location.
it's in a different state.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure. I'd have to look it up on the fly here
Why would you pick Area 51?
because everyone knows about it.
But isn't that the reason you don't pick it? Because like everybody fucking knows about it.
Yeah, but you know it's there, but you
Right,
don't
but-
know what's going on there.
I mean, people like if you listen to Bob Lazar's story, he didn't even have access to every part of Area 51,
No,
and he
no one
fucking
does.
worked there.
Yeah.
What makes you people?
Skinwalker
Again, I'm going
Ranch
to
is
use
in
it.
Utah.
Utah, okay.
It's close, but
You people think you're going to storm the gates and get through.
and have access through security.
I mean,
and
you're talking
locked
about doors that don't open without a fucking eyeball scan, or you know what I mean? Like,
Not to mention that it's a military base, and a military base isn't just 2 buildings and a
Right.
fucking car.
right.
It's a large chunk. It's pretty much a county in any state.
Let's say by some freak chance you guys and gals all get through the first gate in the first wave of machine gun fire.
Again, it's a military base.
It's a military
You know who
base.
hangs out at military bases?
Military people.
Military personnel. So,
Some of the most highly top secret,
yeah.
qualified, credentialed people in our military.
And the grunts who just carry the guns.
Right. And like Bob Lazar told us, half of it's built into the side of the fucking mountains.
Yeah.
Right? Those doors are going to be locked and sealed. They're like hangar-sized doors. Come on now. You're not going to kick those down.
And you got to imagine there's underground facilities as well.
I would imagine the whole thing is an underground
large-
facility,
yeah.
and anything above is probably decoy.
I don't want to say decoy, but I would say less things
Level
going
1
on.
security
Yeah, if you
as
will.
opposed to level 10, whatever
Yeah.
you want to look at it. But
You need less clearance to walk around up top than you do to walk around below. Yeah, I don't know if this is a solid plan of just fuck ton of people, Area 51 this day. Let's do it.
like you said, man, Just purge them all out, I guess.
Hey.
If you're dumb enough to show up and go through with this.
All I'm saying is I'll watch that Facebook Live.
I think they should put it on pay-per-view. 24/7 streaming, $10, one-time purchase.
If there's any ambitious people out there, we're not even going to trademark this because we want to see it.
Yeah, Musk, if you're listening.
Oh, if Musk shows up?
Get some fucking cameras out in the desert. He's like, look, you guys don't want to do this, all right? My people in there, they're going to fuck you up. And I don't mean the military. I mean my people. I got 3 cousins in there, right? And they will fuck you up. They need to get some cameras out there in the desert.
Good luck.
Let's broadcast this shit. Let's see it. I think if people show up and they're dumb enough to go through with it, then we should all get to watch.
If they do this event,
right?
I hope someone brings drones, not to fly over the base because you'll get in a serious amount of trouble. But if you have a good camera on there and you fly it up an okay amount, you might be able to capture some stuff. Not some nighttime stuff, but
night vision might be a good thing on a drone.
Night vision isn't that advanced, and the stuff that is that advanced, even the military can't afford at this point.
Well,
they're working on it, but
yeah,
or they do have it. I would assume some of the shit that I've found on the internet is so expensive. It's awesome, and it looks like you're looking at daytime,
right?
Until you look at lights, and you're like, that looks off.
Right. Something ain't right here.
Then they flip a switch. You're like, oh, it's complete darkness. And they're like 3 miles. Oh. Then they flip it back on. You're like, well, this is amazing.
Amazing is one way to put it.
But that shit, like, you have to contact the company because it's not for sale yet because they're still working on it.
Right.
It's like, oh, all right.
Okay, so this little plan that these people have to, storm Area 51. Anytime something like this happens, or like, I don't want to use the Antifa things because it's not that many people when in the grand scheme of things, but the third Batman movie that Christopher Nolan did with Bane in it, where it's like they take on Gotham, you know what I mean? It always feels like we're like just on the edge of that cliff.
Of something
like
crazy
that happening, right?
Potential to.
Like, imagine if all these people, and I'm not encouraging this whatsoever, please don't do this. This might be worse than Area 51. But imagine if these people had the stones enough to take on D.C. like they're talking about taking on Area 51. You know what I mean?
I think that would raise more alarms.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I think it'd be way more dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
They might get a little closer because you're not marching through a desert. You're in a city population. You know what I mean?
If you ever look at an aerial map of Washington, D.C., the streets, there's no straight streets.
Yeah.
All of them are curved and angled and intersect in odd ways for the very specific reason of if they were to be invaded again, to throw off infantry.
Right. Just so they won't be able to come straight at you.
Yeah, it's a zigzag pattern.
You got to go around
It's
buildings.
a maze going to the center of the maze, and
right.
It's easier to go from the center out than it is going out to the center.
Right.
But to kind of piggyback, a while back when they wanted to take that dude's ranch, and like they had like ATF and everyone coming. I forget the name. Bundy? The Bundy Ranch?
Yep, I think it was Bundy. Clive I think was the father's name or something, and then he had like 2 sons or some shit went down with him.
That was about the closest in recent mind of like shit tipping the scale of like shit, it's on.
Right.
Because I remember seeing pictures of like FBI and the ATF or whoever it was like trying to stop them. And then there was like a picture from an overpass like a half mile away, and there was like 3 civilians set up with sniper outfits, like gun-wise.
Yeah.
Just watching just in case.
Those people were ready to take on the government.
Oh, they mobbed from like, I think it was 12 states
to
come defend the Bundys from the eminent domain shit.
So there's a situation like that where that standoff can happen and not a lot of people are killed. Or you go back to Waco, Texas.
Yeah.
Which they didn't have enough people
to
take on a government, but they were all brainwashed in a different way.
Yeah, they were in their own special place.
Are there any other movies where groups like that take on, like they team up to overthrow, I guess would be the best way to put it?
Probably. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
That's what I was just wondering if maybe you had something had come to mind while we were talking about this, but
Running Man, kind of.
Okay.
Schwarzenegger. It's not so much a government as like the network. But
Demolition Man had a little bit of that.
a hint of that.
With Dennis Leary and the sewer people. Like, they were close, you know.
Mm-hmm. They had a plan, and they were somewhat organized, but they needed help.
I always, with situations like this, though, I
Braveheart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's some OG shit right there. But I always go to that Batman movie. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I think about, like, that one person who would be Bane without the superpowers. You know what I mean? Who's
he
that?
didn't have superpowers. He was just...
No, but,
I hear what you're saying.
Nobody could just whoop his ass. Like,
yeah.
He was in charge for a reason, right? Who's going to be that Pied Piper?
Who's going to be
and
the
how
front
far
man?
do they take it?
Yeah.
I'm always worried about it. Not scared, but I'm worried, you know?
Because it's like with anything, is once they get... It's not so much their ability to lead. That gets them to a certain point. Then there has to become fame or notoriety. They have to become a name, or bigger than a name, a persona. Right. With Batman, jumping back on that.
Right.
It's like, it's not Bruce Wayne walking around beating people up. He's wearing a costume. He's the Batman.
Right.
And that's the mystery behind it. So if you meet the guy who's leading this, it's like, shit.
What's that internet group? Anonymous?
Kind of like, yeah.
Nobody uses their real name.
They're all anonymous, but
everybody's anonymous.
they're always watching.
Right.
But like...
sometimes I wonder how big that group really
Davy
is, too.
Crockett.
There you go.
Like, killed him a bear when he was only 3, did this, did that. He didn't do that shit. It was just stories made from him, from other people that, he can do this. Oh.
Right. Billy the Kid. Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Robin Hood's probably the best example.
It's like the mythos or the story of the person becomes bigger than the person, and they want to follow that ideal.
Yeah.
Not so much the person. And the person's just like, fuck yeah, join in. I'm in charge. And then it's like...
I killed a bear.
Then they're protected by the group of people that have this weird admiration for him, borderline obsession.
Yeah, you pretty much just described Scientology.
Well, I didn't mention the part where they have to pay.
What if they found the people get in Area 51 and they find a bunch of Scientology documents?
Oh, God.
Like, whoa.
It's real.
What's going on?
Lizard people and volcanoes.
They get to the center room and it's just Tom Cruise just standing there.
You've made it this
staring
far.
at him. Then his true self comes out and all these crazy...
Trademark.
I don't think you can trademark his real existence, my friend.
I thought this was a movie idea. You're welcome.
What if Musk was sent here to take on Tom Cruise?
What if Independence Day
Celebrity death fight.
Independence Day, the movie, was based on actual events, but instead of aliens, it was just Tom Cruise in Area 51.
Against Elon Musk.
There you go.
And the millennials that want to see it. I don't know if Hollywood's listening, but they should be by now.
I would hope. Someone in Hollywood.
Like, we'll sell you one of these trademarks. Pretty cheap.
We're not that expensive, folks. We like the finer things in life.
I just want to be paid to do this podcast. What do you say we jump lanes?
Yeah, I think it's a good time for
real quick here, and let's get into
kangaroo kickboxing.
I was going to say dumb criminals.
Oh, I love dumb criminals.
We love going to dumb criminal ideas.
Let's go there.
Stories, not ideas. Okay, so I got a couple here.
I got an interesting one too.
You do, yes. So I'll give my 2 and then lead into your, because yours is probably might be the worst crime that would mess with me mentally.
It would fuck with my head.
It would
raise a lot of questions.
I would be so I wouldn't even know where to go with it. And then after our criminals thing, we'll get to the beer, because I'm about to open a second one. It's pretty good beer.
I'm a fan.
All right, so where are we at? I just want to find if it says what state we were in. Oh, it's in Australia. Okay, so
even better.
Right.
Bogans.
Thieves try to siphon gas from a bus only to suck out sewage by accident instead.
Wrong compartment, folks. That is not the surprise you want.
No.
Like, you're already in the mindset of, like, this gas is going to taste fucking
It's going to taste like gas.
And then it turns out it just tastes like open butthole. You just puckered up and someone let fly.
Dirty shit and toilet paper.
Oh.
There may be a great many people who doubt the existence of karma, but it's difficult not to wonder when you hear stories like this one. So, siphoning gas from someone else's vehicle is a crime that's been going on as long as people have had gas tanks, and it's every bit as annoying now as it was back then, which is why people will take it a special kind of satisfaction from the incident in question here, where a group of thieves were trying to steal some gas in Australia. They thought it'd be a good idea to siphon gas from a tour bus in the middle of the night. All appeared to be going to plan for our gang of chancers right up until the moment it went wrong. They managed to get the hose in and start sucking to bring out the gas, only to realize too late that they had put their siphon pipe in the wrong place, the wrong hole. Instead of sucking gas, they began sucking from the sewage tank. Yeah, you read that right, folks.
Oh, my God.
You heard that right, I should say. I read it right.
Yay, I did it.
They made a very hasty retreat with a somewhat bitter taste in their mouth. According to law enforcement.
I don't know if it's be bitter so much on the palate as just offensive. I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't. Yeah. Oh, God, no.
As of yet, no suspects have been arrested, but it's safe to say their punishment is one they won't be forgetting anytime soon.
The next time it's like, no, I did it last time, Larry.
Larry, get your ass over here. It's your turn.
Dude, I know I lost rock, paper, scissors, but seriously, remember the tour bus?
The headline in the local paper says, "Thieves get the bad oil from bus sewage tank."
Oh, that'd be such a bad day.
And then, at the very bottom of a Facebook article where it says, share this article on Facebook so people can, it says, if you think getting a mouthful of shit is a perfect punishment in this case, share this article.
It must have a lot of shares.
I don't know. I saved it. I didn't.
God. That would be so bad.
Okay.
All right.
Story number 2 comes from one of your favorite places. I should have made that story number 2. Son of a bitch.
Edit.
One of your favorite places here in America.
Oh, there's only 3. It's either Ohio, but probably not Ohio.
Nope.
Florida, you would have said it was a Florida man thing.
Definitely not Florida.
Only leaves one.
There it is.
Armpit of the goddamn world, Oklahoma.
Welcome to Oklahoma, folks, where an open bottle of whiskey, a gun, a rattlesnake, and some radioactive uranium were all found in a car during a traffic stop. Radioactive uranium? What the fuck is going on, dude?
If you like to party, you like to party.
Stephen Jennings is charged with possession of a stolen vehicle, transporting an open container of liquor, operating a vehicle with a suspended license, and failure to carry security verification form.
For the uranium.
Rachel Riviera is charged with possession of a firearm after a former felony conviction.
Ooh.
This might be the best
Was there
part.
any meth involved?
It doesn't say that, no.
Okay.
Not yet.
I'm surprised.
I'm going to scroll the rest of the article real
right.
quick, but I just want to tell you that this traffic stop was made at 11 a.m.
Oh, in the morning.
in a neighborhood because the tag on the car was expired.
I mean, if you're tooling around with a live snake, you want to make sure you got the tags right.
Right. Fuck the uranium.
Fuck the uranium. Or the gun. Or the fact that it was fucking stolen. Try stealing a car with fucking up-to-date plates, folks.
They found an open bottle of Kentucky Deluxe next to the gun.
Sounds expensive.
Unbelievable. It happens to be rattlesnake season at the time. So
of course it is.
He can be in possession of this rattlesnake because he has a valid lifetime hunting and fishing license.
That makes sense, Oklahoma.
So the rattlesnake was perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's not even a part of the story.
Booze, gun,
Yeah.
uranium.
No, the snake's fine.
Snake, you're cool. If you'd have just kept it with the snake, buddy.
You got your endorsement. You're fine.
This was from today. This article was posted. So
that happened this morning.
this
It was posted this morning.
yeah, it could have been a couple of days ago by
Fair
the time
enough,
the story hit the internet. Who knows? But
Wow.
Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Oh, sounds like a wonderful place.
Stay classy. Good on the police for catching them, though.
Yeah, doing their jobs.
Who knows what the fuck that uranium was for?
I don't think it was for anything dangerous. I mean,
I don't
the
know.
caliber of people involved aren't really speaking volumes. They're like, we're gonna find us Russians. We're gonna make them buy the uranium, or we're gonna throw the snake at them.
Mm-hmm.
If that don't work, I got a gun.
The timber rattlesnake was actually in a terrarium in the back seat of the car.
Oh, at least he was comfortable.
He was.
That's good.
The gun was in the console. It was a stolen vehicle. That's why. Oh, so wait a minute. So the owners of the vehicle let the tags, like somebody will steal it. Don't fucking.
Or they stole it a while ago and they couldn't find it and they let the tags expire because they can't really
Yeah, you can't really update the tags if it's not your car.
There's a lot going on in this story, but we're focusing on the wrong parts, I think.
We should be focused on the fact that there was an open bottle of Kentucky Deluxe in the car.
That never helps things that early in the morning.
Especially at 11 a.m., right? What the hell? They probably rolled a fucking stop sign because it says it was in a neighborhood.
Yeah. Or it was just out of place. I don't know. Oklahoma's a fun place anyway, so.
That's a lot of farmland out there, right?
I wouldn't say farmland. It's just a lot of nothing.
Just open land?
Whole bunch of dirt. You want some dirt? Oklahoma.
Okay.
Southern Oklahoma, we got the dirt. Northern Oklahoma is kind of more farm area.
Okay. Is it dirt or is it dirt?
Dirt.
There's a sign on the way down to Kayak. Somebody's selling dirt.
That's kind of dirt.
I guess.
What kind of dirt you got? I got that dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Oklahoma.
I've
been there more times than I would like to have been there, but each time I went to one rest area. It's like the last rest area before you make it to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have urinals. It was urinal-like, but it was more akin to a coffee can.
Okay.
And a funnel.
Gross.
It was like this welded piece of metal that was just kind of like tacked to the wall. They had 2 stalls with a toilet, but the stalls didn't have doors. They had shower curtains. And this is a like government-funded rest area. So I stopped.
Taxpayer money at work.
I was helping my buddy move out to California. And we stopped there because he had to use the bathroom. He made it in, walked. He had to go number 2. So, I mean, this was like, shit, we got to go.
Right, touching cotton.
He walked in, walked back to the car. It was like, go in there and come right back, and we got to find a toilet.
Right.
So I walked in there, and I was just like, oh, dear God. And I came back, and like 10 miles down the road, we were in Texas. And they had one of the most amazing rest areas in the fucking world. Like automated doors, marble bathrooms, like
the toilet
like
wiped you.
The history of that area of Texas.
Right.
Walking up to the front door, they had different like animal paw prints and what they were, snake trails. Like, oh, this is the Western Diamondback, blah blah blah. This is the jackrabbit. This is that. Bam. Interactive everything. It was amazing. It was lit up red, white, and blue with a big star on top. It was
deep in the heart.
Oh, it was amazing. And to think that they were like 50 miles apart, I was like, well, Texas cares, apparently.
Yeah, a little bit. One more real quick I forgot to say before you get to yours. We're going to go to Clay County, Missouri. Guess what happened in Clay County, Missouri?
Missouri.
Police officers were looking for a suspect with a warrant for his arrest.
Okay.
The man was hiding from the cops, and he farted so loudly he gave away his location. He was wanted for possession of a controlled substance. He gave away his position in an unorthodox way.
I want to see that in a movie.
He farted.
But with like a serial killer or like Jason Voorhees or someone's like stalking somebody and they're hiding in a cupboard and all of a sudden there's like plop, 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 plop. And everyone's just like, dude, you're like, I get nervous.
I couldn't help it.
I think I might have pinched one off too soon.
Oh, that would be the, like, all right, he gets to jail, right? They're like, what are you in for? I'm like, oh, possession of controlled substance. Like, oh, man, how'd they get you? Oh, I got in a fight with 3 cops, man. They needed to call backup to get me. And a cop walked by. He was like, no, he didn't. He was hiding in the back, and he farted, and we heard him.
The first thing this dude's going to say when he gets to jail is,
where's your shit at?
and then you know that place in
I'm
Oklahoma,
growing a tail.
Right, that you stopped at.
Oh, it smells like carrots and throw up.
It smells worse than that.
Bro, he was hiding from the cops, and he farted so loud, he gave away his position. Oh, thank you, criminals. Thank you so much.
criminals do the most interesting things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, uranium. They're just tooling around.
And a rattlesnake.
Yeah, why not? Maybe they were going to make some mutation. Like, hey, I've seen the Ninja Turtles. We get a rattlesnake.
Oh, like dump the uranium in the terrarium with
happens.
the snake?
Yeah.
Ooh, that could be interesting. Crazy.
I got an interesting story.
Yes, yours is probably the most fucked up story.
So it's about this 44-year-old gentleman named Nate Roman. This guy, a little confused. And I don't blame him. So this is from back in May 23rd.
I'd be more than confused.
I would be questioning a lot right now. So Nate came home, and it was evident someone was in his house. Not at the time, but someone had been in his house and went through his stuff. And the reasoning why is kind of amazing. So they don't know if it was one person or a group of people. But whoever ventured into his home, they didn't take anything. They didn't break anything. They didn't, vandalize. They just thoroughly cleaned his house room by room. So all the beds were made, carpets vacuumed, windows clean, like dusting, polished, everything. Like they went as far as to make little roses on the tops of the toilet paper. There were little origami figures on like the beds. Apparently they didn't have mints. But somebody broke into this man's home and just cleaned the fuck out of it.
Now, is there a chance Mr. Nate might have hired a cleaning service and forgot?
No, because he stated that everything in the house was like spotless and clean except for the kitchen. They did not
They didn't touch the kitchen. No, we ain't doing your fucking dishes.
And they didn't do laundry. So,
well, that's probably good.
That's probably good. That'd be like a dead giveaway. But, I mean, how creepy is that?
There's always been stories of, like, people breaking into your house and leaving something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, the ultimate burn would, like, break into somebody's house and leave an extra remote for their TV, right? So you don't know which one it is.
Take their remote and replace it with a different one.
Or break in and change all the pictures in the frames on the wall. Yeah. Or, you know what I mean? Like, something like that. Cleaning.
So they're all Nicolas Cage pictures.
How? Okay, if you came home and your house was clean, and you didn't clean it, right, and you lived alone, whatever, the first thing you would probably think is it was one of us, right?
Yeah.
Like one of us got a hold of your key,
you
made a
call,
copy.
Like, you go through the list of people, like, who did I give a house key to?
Start there.
Yeah, and you'd be like, hey, were you over earlier?
Right.
They'd be like, no, we're out at fucking Cedar Point.
You make my bed.
All right. Hey, Jeff, no? Okay. Maybe it was Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Larry would do that shit.
Larry would definitely do that shit. Fucker. I would trip the hell out if I knew somebody broke into my house.
Would that ruin you more than them coming in and stealing shit?
I think so. I think it would.
I have a very specific way I set things up. Like, I remember this was here, this was there.
Right.
No, it's not.
Right, like I know the blanket was on the couch and now it's folded and it's sitting in the corner on the chair. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Fuck all that. Especially if I couldn't figure out who it was. I think that's what would probably fuck me up more than anything. Because I would be so determined, or not determined, that's the wrong word. I would be so sure of the fact that it was like a friend or a family member. It would be
someone that you knew.
Somebody messing with me, And if nobody owned up to it and there were no fingerprints and the cops couldn't figure it out or whatever.
Now, the cops did say that this was an isolated incident. There wasn't like a string of vandal or break-ins where people were just having their house cleaned.
We're the cleaning bandits.
That's our new thing. Now,
shut up, Marv.
No, Nate Roman did say that he kept the toilet paper roses as a souvenir.
Oh, well, shit.
Well,
they went through the trouble of making them.
They really
right?
did. Yeah.
And it was made out of toilet paper, wasn't it?
It was
right?
It was like the top sheet,
the top piece
on the roll
folded
into a rose, and it looks amazing.
It does.
So I would like to say that whoever did this has some background in hotel services, possibly not a concierge, but
right. Like, what if it was like a hotel maid that got fired and just went around breaking into people's houses and cleaning?
Now, hear me out on this one.
Trademark.
Pre-trademark. Double stampies, no erases. What if Nate Roman had to spend the night at the local Motel 8 or whatever because of reasons. His house was getting fumigated, what have you.
Right, okay.
So he was there for not a night, but maybe like 3.
Okay.
And in that time, he befriended the cleaning lady.
Okay.
Now, normally, people don't talk to the cleaning people.
Right.
Just sadly how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're usually not in your room when they come in and clean.
It's true.
Right?
And you don't really, like, when you're passing them in the hallway, you're like, hey, how's it going?
Right.
But what if he, like, stopped and had a full-on conversation and started to get to know this lady?
Okay.
Maybe she fell in love. Maybe she went as far as to break into the records and find out where Mr. Roman lives. And then as a gesture of good faith and love and devotion, clean the shit out of his house, except for the kitchen. Because, they're not at that level
There's
yet.
no kitchens in hotel rooms.
There's no kitchens in hotel rooms.
Maybe she's not equipped to
I'm just
do the
saying,
kitchen.
Please, if you need assistance
Right.
or looking for a detective,
We're pretty much solving your case.
I'm available.
Hit us up, Nate.
You know where to get us.
We should see if he's got a Twitter.
I can make that happen.
Right?
Yeah.
Look him up and be like, hey, bro, it was probably a cleaning lady from that work trip you were on in Vancouver. Or something,
Yeah.
you know?
No, somebody took a vacation.
Maybe he pissed off the cleaning lady on vacation instead of befriending her.
And maybe he just didn't tell the police about the note that just said, I know where you live.
Right, and that was her way of getting back at him. Right, was to break into his house
I don't know.
and
I would like
shit
to,
out of it.
I would like to go on the route of love.
You're going love first?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Maybe it was his buddy Larry.
Fucking Larry. That would be so creepy, though. There's just like somebody put out a candy dish. There's mints on the pillow.
Little origami swans on your countertop. What the fuck is going on?
That's right.
Okay, let's do a different scenario.
All right.
Let's say the cleaning lady got the wrong Nate and broke into the wrong house. Or, right?
Maybe it was a different name.
Yeah,
Roman.
maybe.
I like that idea.
Maybe.
You got the wrong guy. I'm the dude, man.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
I saw they're doing a sequel to that. It's called The Jesus Rolls, and it's about his character.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know if it's like 100% legit, but I saw somebody was talking about it via social media. That would be pretty cool.
I'm at a loss. I would hope it's like a Netflix movie.
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Or like a series.
Yeah.
If they did a series
Oh,
about
God.
and what's
just
his
about
name?
the bowling alley.
Uh,
Jesus.
Yeah, no, the actor.
Oh my! We're just entered the black hole of the studio. Oh God! 1 second.
I want to say it's John, but that doesn't seem right.
He's in so many.
He's been in so many fucking movies. He was in Secret Totoro. John Turturro.
Yep.
It is John. That's right. I was just gonna say he was in Secret Window with Johnny Depp.
Mm.
That was a great movie too.
That's creepy. Movie.
But yeah, if they do a fucking sequel to or some kind of spin-off to Lebowski.
If they just focused it around the bowling alley,
Right.
it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Sam Elliott already has a contract with Netflix.
Yeah.
They've had interactions with the
Yep.
ranch. So you can pop in or just narrate it and be like, each episode's a different story about one of like the fat guy that Jesus rolls with. It'd be
Yep.
like Larry. Larry didn't know, and then it cuts in. Just have Sam Elliott read a sentence that's a lead into that. Oh,
That's a
that'd be-
great idea.
I'm just saying, trademark.
That is a pretty damn good idea. I'd like to see it.
I support this message.
And you could have Jeff Bridges get in there,
Oh,
right?
fuck
I mean, he
yeah.
just did that Stella Artois commercial, and he was full in
he's always
character
down.
and looked the part. So
You can always get John Goodman to come back.
yeah,
The ghost of Donnie. Shit.
that could be a whole
Or
episode.
Donnie is the ghost. If you refer back to our previous show,
Right.
you'll get that. But they could do so much with that.
Hmm.
I'd be a watcher.
I would probably tune
I'm
in
in
for it,
Oh yeah.
especially if it's on Netflix. All right, so let's see where we at here on time. All right, let's shift into our beer.
Always a good time.
Yep.
So tonight, I know you requested to get some crazy shit.
Yeah, I figured just, or like a killer label or something,
I tried. I had one, but the place I went to, they had too much of a selection. And a lot of the really cool stuff was just on the shelf, not in the coolers.
Right.
And due to time, I had to grab something out of the cooler.
That
make
seems
sure
to be
cold.
a problem, too. Like, we need to almost get it like a day or two in advance.
I got to step up on that one. But Top Shelf in Allen Park, Michigan.
We talked about them last week.
Oh.
Definitely.
Wow. If you have a bar in your house or plan to have a fully stocked bar, go there.
Go there, please. If you're in our area, go there.
Yeah. If you are in the area, that is true. But they have a bunch of cool shit. Because I was just perusing the aisles at first to get familiar with it. Their whole back wall behind the register is just a sea of liquor. Shit you never heard of, shit you have heard of, different size bottles, price range, whatever. But they also have an aisle of like one complete rack with just cocktail stirrers. They had like the plastic swords and all that crazy shit. But then they had like a pickle with like 2 olives and an onion on it to put in your drink to stir.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of crazy shit. And you know how, say like a margarita,
Yeah.
they'll line the rim with either salt or sugar.
Right.
They had a bacon one. It was just this little tub, and it was like chopped up bacon bits and salt that you put on the rim of a drink. And I was like, all right, the bacon thing is getting to a point where we need to like pump the brakes.
Let's rein it back in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a fan of bacon, but we don't need like
bacon in my beer.
Bacon-flavored socks or mixed drinks.
I'll probably stay away from that.
Yeah. There is one shot, though, that I'm completely fine with having bacon in it. It's called like something breakfast. I'd have to ask Jess. But it's a lot of fun stuff, and there's a little piece of bacon in it, and it's quite delicious. Anyway. So, next show, we will have a killer label, a better label. This one's good. And it's
it's not bad.
It's a company that, out of everything we've had, there has been no disappointment.
No, I would say this brewery and Big Lakes Brewery are probably the two where we haven't had a bad beer yet.
No, I've liked everything I've tried from these people.
Even the M43, which was hoppy as fuck.
And we're not huge fans.
It was good.
But it was well done.
Right.
And that's right, we're going back to Old Nation Brewing. We have Hell's Lager. And it's only 5.5% alcohol, so it's not bad.
Nope. It's definitely not too strong.
No. What are these, 18 ounces? 16 ounce cans. So well worth the money. So this wonderful product is a Hell's Lager, as it states. It's soft, subtle, and so clean you can taste the field the barley was grown in. Less is more in these lagers, and balance is the goal. The yeast, time, and talent we put into our Hell's produce light notes of honey and soft herbal hops with just a hint of bitterness. It can't be faked, which is why this is one of our favorite styles to make. I gotta say, I don't know if I taste the honey.
I don't taste honey.
I don't, but I would like to say there's just a hint of bitterness at the end, which I would agree to.
A little bit, but it could be because this second can got warm sitting on the table.
It did.
You know what I mean?
If
this was really cold beer,
ice cold,
it would be fucking delicious.
It is delicious, even as
it's
room temperature on the second one. The first one was really good. Second one, I have no complaints on.
So while you were describing the beer, I was on my Untapped app. Two things I'd like to say first. Number one, I gave Beer Me a 3.0.
Okay.
And I was just about to give this a 3.0.
And then you realized you gave Beer Me a 3.0?
Right. So I'm going to have to redo this one because I think I'm going to give it a 3.25 because I like this better than Beer Me.
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two, as soon as I checked in on the beer, right at the very top it says leave a comment, leave a note. And I never do that. And I think I'm going to start doing that.
I think you should.
Right.
I really
I don't know why I don't. It's usually just check in, rate it, boom.
Because it's not just
bottle
for
or
you
can.
or just
right.
for other people.
I know.
It's like you're a community on Untapped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you scroll down my front page there, Pez must have been up north because he checked in on a couple of Beards Brewery, Beards products, and the one he gave a 4.75.
That's pretty ballsy.
Holy fuck!
Which
dude.
one? Which one was that?
Let me see. I got to get back to the Brimley Stout.
Brimley Stout.
Brimley Stout by Beard's Brewery. He had it on draft. He checked that boy in at a 4.75. That has got to be like the beer of beers.
He does not fuck around with beers.
And we've had a couple from Beard's. We got lucky and were gifted a couple, and they were delicious. No complaints. But this Brimley Stout, I'm going to have to try. But I just wanted to say that. And he didn't even leave a note or anything, like a review, which I was like, damn, you're going to give it a 4.75? You should probably throw some nice words out there.
I would think you'd just be like, hey, this is the only beer I've given a 4.75 to.
Right.
Because I like to believe that a 5, like a perfect score, is unattainable in my mind.
It should be.
It should be.
Right. Just at least until they open it up to 1 through 6.
Yeah. So throwing out a 4.75, you're pretty much saying this is now the bar to beat.
Right, and they don't offer you like a 4.8 or 8.5. It's they go in quarters, so that's the last before perfect. The last stop before the perfect score.
So you're giving this a 3.
3 1/4. I have to go back and read.
3 1/4.
Yeah,
I'm giving it a 3.5 because it's quite tasty.
Yeah. You can go back in and change your ratings, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You click on yours, and then there should be an edit in the top right.
I got all kinds of loading problems on the old phone here.
Oh, yeah, we're in a black hole in the studio here.
I tagged it under crushable.
I like it.
The other thing, too, about that whole leaving a review of the beer or some kind of comment and stuff, it dawned on me. I made a post on Facebook asking people to go to Apple Podcasts and rate and review our show.
And you're the guy who goes on other stuff.
And I'm not even on Untapped.
You rate it, but you don't.
I do rate it. I check in on it. I let you know if I'm having it bottle or can, but I don't leave a review. I think I need to go back and do that for a couple of those beers.
It's called karma.
Oh, shit. I don't want to siphon out the wrong tank of a bus.
Oh, that is so bad.
But I definitely, I tell you this, if you're listening and you like good craft beer, give Old Nation Brewing a
Anything
try.
Old Nation puts out, give it a shot. You won't be disappointed.
Okay, do you remember what Electron Brown tastes like?
Yes.
Do you think it's better than this?
Well, I prefer browns over just regular lager or other styles, so yes, I say it's better. But as for lagers, Lager the Lake wasn't this good.
You don't think so?
No. It was good.
It was good.
It was close, but I think Hell's here is much better.
Is this what you read? The side of the can?
No, I read their description on Untapped. What is
this
it
might be the most anything ever written on the side of a can. Holy hell.
Yes, this is what I read.
That's what you read? Okay. Like, I'm not reading it all, so I didn't know if it was word for word, but damn.
Oh, except for there is a part that I didn't read because it wasn't on Untapped. The result of over 100 years of German brewing tradition. I believe it.
Yeah. It's a good beer, though. Definitely.
It's not heavy.
No.
But it's middle of the road. It's not a real light beer. It's not a heavy beer. It has a good balance, like they claim, I would say.
This is the kind of beer that I would like to be, like, floating, watching Jaws in an inner tube at night in a lake. This is the kind of beer I'd like to be drinking. Ice fucking cold,
I would say that I picture this while eating, like, I just barbecued some, like, hamburgers or a steak.
Okay.
Sitting down at the table to eat. This is what I would pair with a dinner, a nice summertime dinner.
Yeah.
It'd be good in the fall, I think.
Definitely. Like at a football game or something.
Yeah. Ooh, tailgating with this would be great.
Or like a fantasy football draft. Show up with like a 4-pack of this.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would bring more than a 4-pack during a fantasy football draft, but
if you're supplying for everybody else, maybe.
Oh, no.
I mean, 5.5.
I might not want 8, but I might want 5. I might want 6.
Right, you can give away the other
You're going to be there a while, too.
And even though they are 16-ounce cans, it's only 5.5%.
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
So you're not going
to get trashed.
You won't be drafting kickers in round 2 or anything like that,
But I will say for this show, when we go and post it on the social media, one good hashtag we're going to have is crushable.
Fuck.
Done.
When I saw that in there, because that's the other thing I'll do. I check in on it. I'll rate it. tell if it's a bottle or a can.
See what tags?
And then what tags are down at the bottom, you know. Like for the Cerveza con Limon we had last week.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but I tagged like 3 or 4 of those because they all fit, you know. And I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. Like they knew.
It's crazy. It's like they knew it. It's like they had that beer before.
I wonder where the Untapped, does it say where they started from? Like where's it out of?
I don't know.
Like,
I think we can look into this.
Yeah, I'm just curious. It's probably the beer making me think about it, but like, whose idea was it to make an IMDb for craft beers or all beers? You know,
that's true.
That's just
genius.
Yeah, fuck yeah, tapping into that market.
And I will say, not to like, we don't get sponsored or anything by them. We just are really fond of the app, and it's a really cool community that's on there. It's a secondary social media platform.
Yeah.
You can interact with people who have had other beers that you've checked in, see their opinion, talk about it.
Which is definitely where the leaving a comment comes into play.
You can make friends. That's cool. It was a great idea.
Start little craft beer clubs.
Instead of cart clubs, we're craft beer clubs, get little jackets and shit made.
I was thinking beer mugs.
Ooh.
Like you bring, you know, you got your beer mugs at
just
your little
set it
club
on a table.
meeting. Right. We all show up at the bar and sit at the bar and we slam our mugs down.
We really need to get Pez back on the show. We got a lot of ideas for this gentleman.
Yeah.
He needs to fucking start that fucking brewery.
Yeah. I don't know if he listens or not.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Nah, he would have commented or said, hey, fuck you guys the last time we seen him.
Oh. Man, we covered some pretty funny things tonight.
I got one more.
One more.
All
right.
I have to talk about it.
All right. Here we go.
So, since we're bopping around the nation, we're going to take a stop in Texas. So, this woman got banned from her local Walmart, which, I mean, you've been in a Walmart, right?
Yeah. It takes a lot to get banned from
a lot of our listeners have probably been in a Walmart and seen some crazy shit. How do you get banned from a Walmart, you may ask? It's pretty simple. As you're shopping, stop by the bakery and pick up one of their cakes. And while you're shopping, just eat half that fucker. And then refuse to pay for the half you ate.
What an idiot.
So this lady gets a full-on, like, birthday, anniversary cake, whatever, sheet cake, eats half of it, which, kudos to you, ma'am. I mean, there is the saying, never go shopping when you're hungry.
I know, right? So the first thing you do is just eat half of a cake?
You just jump in that cake and then plan to take the other half home for later. Smart. How frugal of her. But when she gets out to, like, cash out, they're like, hey, what happened to the other half of this cake? She's like, no, it was only half a cake.
That's how I found it.
That's how I found it.
I picked it up on the shelf because it was only half a cake. I figured it'd be cheaper.
And they're like, ma'am, we have you on camera eating this cake
for the last hour and a half
while you're fucking walking around our store.
She's frosting all over the dressing room.
There's still some on your face, ma'am. It was blue icing. I can tell. Your tongue, it's blue.
She was smashing that cake like it was her wedding day. Ma'am, you're not leaving until you pay for that cake.
I mean, it's funny. She didn't want to pay for the part she ate. She'll pay for the part that she left.
The part that was leaving the store with her.
That was going with her.
Right.
But apparently in her mind, possession is 9/10 the law.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
That's why you don't mess with Texas, folks.
Okay, but let's say you're walking through the store and you eat 3 grapes.
That's different because you got a whole bag of grapes. You still got 98 grapes out of the 101.
But well.
I'm still not a fan. I've never been a person who would eat or drink anything.
Oh, I do.
I know a lot of people that are like, I'm buying this.
I do all the time.
Like they'll get.
I let the kids do it.
Pop the top of those Pringles. Once you pop, can't stop.
She'll come around the corner from the other aisle and go, why are they eating the Pringles? I'm like, I opened them. I'm not going to fucking tell them no.
See,
We're paying for them.
I'd like to believe when you're in the checkout line and like the lady's scanning like, boop, boop,
right,
boop, boop. Your kid just raises his hand that's still stuck in the Pringles tube and just boop, peek. And it goes back. It goes about his business. She's like, well, honey, those gushers weren't going to eat themselves.
But I've never, like, not paid for the shit.
Exactly.
Ever.
You didn't like.
Except for a couple of grapes.
You're still I mean...
No, but I'm saying, like, what if you walked by
though.
and you grabbed a handful of grapes out of one of the bags and just ate them while you were walking through the store? That'd be theft.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. But if you put a bag of grapes in your cart and ate half of them...
Well, I mean, you usually pay by the pound.
That's what
so I'd be like, hey, why don't you double that there, sweetheart? Scan that again.
Right. I ate half this bag of grapes.
It's like you're not going to the bakery or like the deli area, getting a fucking rotisserie chicken, eating the whole thing, and then you're like, no, I didn't.
I'm just paying for the bones.
It's like your lips are glistening right now, and I don't think it's Burt B's lip balm. Mainly because you have pieces of chicken still stuck between your teeth. That was from earlier. You're like, ma'am, I know. I have the video. You did some work on that chicken.
That's awesome.
I've never seen anyone take a sandwich like that except for my mom.
Honey, do you think KFC's still open?
That's where you get your chicken.
Oh. And then to go, like, to have the audacity to just be like, no, I
ain't paying for that shit. Cake sucked anyways.
It was fucking damaged. I want a discount.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Survey set.
I'm
no.
not paying for that shit. Oh, yes, you are, Cotton.
Yeah.
This chick's husband's name was Larry. I fucking guarantee it.
Her name's Karen. He's Larry. Larry and
There's
Karen.
a son named Kyle. Drinks
Ooh.
Monsters. Punches drywall.
Where's the other half of my cake, Mom? I told you your birthday's 3 months away. You'll get the other half then.
Oh, goodness. What if, like, if the lady's kid was eating the cake, right? Or, like, just a trio of kids just mowing on this fucking cake.
What if...
And she's like, I ain't paying for it because I didn't eat any of it.
Hear me out. Just hear me out. Let's say, for the sake of argument, you work at Walmart in the bakery area.
Okay.
A lady walks up, grabs one of the cakes, sets it down by the table of bagels or whatever, right? Pops the lid. A guy walks up, opens a package of candles, proceeds to put them on the cake. 17 kids walk up. They light the candles, sing happy birthday right there in the store. They cut the cake, hand it out, and walk away.
That doesn't make sense.
I would probably just videotape it. I'd call the boss. Like, somebody's going to need to come over here and police this because I'm not doing it.
This is above my pay grade there,
Yeah.
guy.
These people are having a birthday celebration in Walmart.
We're not paying for it.
The kids all ate half the cake and then they left. That's what happened. Or if the people tried to pay for the other half of the cake, right?
Now, do you think other patrons of this store would join in the singing of Happy Birthday?
Oh, hell yeah.
Even though they are clearly just not stealing a cake for some kid's birthday, for Kyle's birthday.
Dude.
But like old man fucking Jenkins over there by the fucking produce just comes in. How old are you?
Speech.
Speech. Over the PA system like... Speech.
Happy birthday, Trevor. Please give your family and friends a speech.
Attention shoppers. Please give it up for Trevor on his 8th birthday. Like you're at a fucking skate land or something.
Dude. So this morning I go to fucking 7-Eleven to grab cigarettes and a coffee.
All right.
You know what I forgot today was, right? July 11th.
7-Eleven.
Do you know how many fucking people were in 7-Eleven at 10 o'clock this morning?
I completely forgot.
Dude, I think
their
they're doing it tomorrow.
For their free little baby Slurpee?
Yeah, I think they're doing it tomorrow, too.
And they always have weird flavors, like plum and shit.
Dude, so I'm
creepy.
watching the line of people getting free Slurpees, and they've used the machines up to the point where it's just spinning the juice, and the only flavor that's left is lemonade and grape.
That would be an interesting combo.
These kids were mixing lemonade and grape
Oh, yeah.
just to get a free Slurpee because they didn't want to come back later.
What else are you going to do?
Okay, now I'm all for a company like 7-Eleven celebrating the date.
It makes
7-Eleven,
sense, yeah.
right?
It's great promotion.
100%. But, like, I heard nobody.
Take your time.
You're not going to believe me when I tell you this.
I might.
I swear to you this happened. I heard a woman tell 3 kids hurry up, we have more 7-Elevens to hit. Like this,
it's your birthday. We're maxing out this credit card.
we're only paying for half the cake, so get over here and get your slice.
This is the only time you're getting a Slurpee.
I swear to God, she told these kids, hurry up, fill your cup. We have other 7-Elevens to hit. Like their goal for today was to drive around in the car and just bounce from 7-Eleven to 7-Eleven to 7-Eleven, getting a small baby Slurpee for free.
All right, think about this. Just
What kind of existence is that?
listen.
Oh, my
Listen.
goodness.
All right, it's summertime. Kids are not in school.
No.
This lady has to put up with their bullshit 24 hours a day,
Yeah,
much
but-
like you were familiar with.
Kids act worse in the car.
This is
You're
true.
just dragging them around from place to place so they can get out
This
and get
is
back in the
true.
fucking car. Hopped up on sugar all day.
There's going to be a
I'd
crash.
rather go to Walmart and eat a cake.
I said eat your cake. We're going home in 5 minutes. But, like, all right, you got kids, and then you have other family members staying the night. Your kids are staying the night elsewhere. Like, it's summertime. No rules.
Right.
So as a parent, and you're like, fuck, I'm going to be home with the kids all fucking day. Your significant other is at work, let's say.
Okay.
And you're like, I don't want to be sitting on the couch while they're playing Fortnite and doing stupid ass shit and making a ton of noise. I'd rather be in a car listening to my favorite podcasts, driving to 7-Eleven to 7-Eleven to 7-Eleven, which will keep them happy. Yeah, it's a bit more, but at least you're not in the same monotonous, I'm sitting in my house with a fucking house full of children.
If 7-Eleven had a drive-through, I'd play along.
Would you?
I would play along.
Where you didn't have to get out, get back in, get back out, get back in.
I don't want to round up 4 kids, 5 kids. You know, I only have 2, but if I have other people's kids with me, they stayed the night, whatever. Dude, sometimes just getting 2 kids in and out of the fucking car is a chore.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Because you don't know their temperament. They could be cool, and then they're assholes.
Now, like, I mean, you put into play, too, the fact that every 7-Eleven you're going to fucking step foot in until their free cups are have run out.
It's going to be chaos.
It's a madhouse.
Oh, yeah.
They had signs printed and, like, on the floor, on the counter, free Slurpee, go this way. And it just led you through the store to get in line for a Slurpee. Yeah. Now, what if I didn't want the free Slurpee?
Chaos.
Right?
What if you're there just to get, like, I don't know.
Like I said, I bought a coffee and cigarettes.
Yeah.
I had to stand in line behind people who were there with their free Slurpee but wanted a pack of gum or a bag of chips.
Or a candy bar.
Okay, I get that.
Or a thing. Yeah.
Whatever. But if I wanted a Slurpee, and let's say I wanted the jumbo size or to fill my own fucking big gulp cup, right?
There you go.
But I got to wait in line behind 12 different people and their baby
kids.
cups and all their kids, and they're running the machines low. Now I got to wait.
Think about working there.
Fuck that.
Like,
They had the A crew in there this morning.
well, that's good.
They were stocked. They had, dude, there was 36 hot dogs on the rollers. They were running
Damn.
specials. $1 for a hot dog.
Oh, yeah.
$1 for 2 slices of pizza.
Upsell the shit out of those
3
people.
taquitos for $1.50. They were fucking running it, bro.
Well, it's like at
Going through stock.
JPU on Halloween or
Oh,
on
yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Right.
You prepare for that all year.
Mm-hmm.
You know when that day hits, shit's hitting the fan.
But for 7-Eleven, it's like, it's either the whole summer because they're busy.
Oh, yeah.
It's Slurpees,
Way busier.
Or it's this one day.
I would say it's this one day is their most popular.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Well, Halloween for them, too, because if you go trick-or-treating, you can get a baby Slurpee, too.
Oh, really?
Not all the time. They
Okay.
have a more limited run.
Okay. Probably
that, but
specific locations.
Yeah,
you
or
know,
sometimes they'll give out, like,
participating.
suckers or something. They'll give
Yeah.
out something, but sometimes a lot of them will give out little baby Slurpees.
Like I said, though, if I'm not mistaken, the 7-Eleven that we're by,
Our local.
I think they're doing it tomorrow, too, for a few hours.
Ooh.
So, if you want a baby Slurpee.
I don't know if I want it that bad. Because the A team ain't going to be there today. Mm-mm. They get one day. Mm-hmm. They did their day. Then you got the C team.
Right.
Yeah.
Coming in tomorrow morning.
I don't know if I can.
Fuck all that, dude.
I don't know if I can handle that.
Well, sir, this has been a fun night.
It's a good time.
We're getting back on track.
91.
91.
In the books.
Here we go. The official countdown has started. We now have 9 shows. 8 shows.
8
right?
shows?
8 shows till 100.
This is 91.
Right. 9 shows. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to be like, it should be 9.
The heat. It's killing me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's got my brain all mush. That and the great beer from Old Nation Brewing.
Oh, so tasty.
Hell's Lager. Was that it? Hell's?
Hell's. Yeah. It's about the
Why
best
put the E in there?
I think it's a type of beer. not so much a reference of location.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. And we should have a surprise for episode 92.
92?
Yeah.
Okay. The
MVG.
beer box thing? Oh, no. Okay, the MVG. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And possibly.
We teased this at the end of last episode because we ran out of time and didn't talk about it, but we're partnering up with this company called MI Beer Box.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
Michigan Beer Box.
Is it Michigan? Okay. I just know it's
yeah.
MI on the social media.
It's a Michigan-based beer box, mystery.
Right. So we're going to do
subscription.
a box opening live on our show.
It's exciting.
As soon as it gets here. And then we're teaming with them to give away another box in August.
To a lucky participant.
Yep. You're going to have to at least follow ours and their social media accounts. And
we'll have more.
The details will come to follow soon.
As it happens.
Right.
We're going to get that out to you. So keep an eye out on our social media platforms, our Facebook, our Instagram, and Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Also, MI Beer Box.
MI Beer Box. Check them out. They got some cool stuff. They're very.
And we're going to tell you about some cool stuff as soon as we get the box.
Yes, sir. Or madam. Yes, person.
But yes, again, thank you to Old Nation Brewing. It's a very good beer.
They do not disappoint.
Unfortunately, you're not going to make the shelf with this logo.
No. I mean, it's a nice can.
Yeah.
And it's a simple, classy design. But
I said logo. I apologize. I meant label.
Their logo is nice.
But you already have one still representing first place.
This is true.
On the shelves. So be proud of that. Maybe put out a new Electron Brown.
Is there's Electron Brown?
Yeah, I think that's Old Nation up there. I'm almost positive.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
My apologies. Wow. Yeah, you're leading the league. You've been leading the year.
Yeah.
Shall
Season
I say.
2 has belonged to you.
And no one else. Yeah, they don't disappoint. Please check out Old Nation if you have the ability to.
They're not very strong in the label department, but that's okay because the contents make up for it. It's way better.
Out of Williamston, Michigan. Yeah, check them out if you can get their products in your area. Well worth it.
Definitely one of the 2 best breweries, in our opinion.
Yeah.
At least me and you.
Oh, yeah.
As far as quality of beer. All in all, Michigan craft beer.
We support it,
mm-hmm.
and we hope you do too. Which is weird to think. Before we started this podcast, we were nowhere near. I don't think we would ever be like, yeah, let's try that. No, fuck that.
Nope. I walked right by that section of the cooler.
Every time.
Yep. I've said it before. The only time I ever drank this shit was around Pez. And it was usually at his house because he would have his own brews. And I'd
he'd be
try
like,
those.
you got to try
and
this.
He's like, all right, now try this and try that. And I'm like,
okay.
I'd make it through 1 or 2 of them. Like, I'm done. But
we're learning a lot.
The good thing about our podcast, it's opened our taste buds up.
Oh, man.
For sure.
And there's only more to come because it just keeps
growing.
Right?
They're coming out with brews quicker than we can fucking drink them. So we're going to get some sponsors. Maybe we won't have to pay for any of you breweries. If you actually listen to our show and not just follow the tags when we hit you on social media, if you want to send us anything, please, we'll try it live on the show.
Oh, yeah.
We'll review it. We'll check it in on Untapped because that's what we do. I'll even start leaving comments.
Ooh.
That's like the holy grail right there.
That's asking a lot.
That's more than giving it a 5.
You've heard of above and beyond. This is a beyond that.
Right. And one more thing, folks. It is time for a new bracket. So, pay attention in the next couple of days. Actually, by the time you hear this, they'll be up.
They should be up.
It's going to be a round of 32 to start. We're going to do best album covers.
Because why not?
Right. We all love music, and album covers kick ass.
Everyone has a favorite album.
Right. So you're going to want to go to our Twitter, which is at Corner HC Podcast. Mm-hmm. And you're going to want to go to Facebook, which is Corner House Chronicles. And if you'd like to sign up for our Patreon,
you get a bonus vote.
There's bonus votes plus other shit that you get for becoming a member of our Patreon community. And we appreciate it. We'll shout you out on the show, maybe some merchandise. It depends on your level of commitment is the level of interaction we're going to give you. But it will be interaction. That we can assure you. We've slacked in the past, but we're getting better. So, yes, pay attention for our album covers. Give us your votes.
But until then,
we'll see you next time. Still here, folks. Now check this out.
Listen, this podcast contains language that some may find offensive. The hosts are a couple of alcohol-fueled hooligans with little regard for decency or tact.
Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Danny.
And this is the Working Stiss Podcast.
And this is our promo for the Working Stiss Podcast. So what are we about, Zach? What do we do?
Drinking, busting balls.
We do. Today we're not drinking, though, because I'm sick.
I gotta work.
So,
I can't drink today.
Yeah. And this is kind of what we do. We banter back and forth. We talk about stuff, and sometimes we have some guests on.
Yeah.
We like to highlight the working class of America, and that's pretty much it.
Yep.
So if you're into that, check us out on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and pretty much wherever else you can find podcasts. We're probably there. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We have a website, workingstisspodcast.com.
We're special.
Yep.
Listen to us.
And that's pretty much it. Wrap up this promo.
Live with your sack, not your back.
All right. Get your asses back to work.
Later.